What if the public craves and demands that your next fight is David Benavidez?
Stephen A. Smith, never one to hold back his words, is sounding the alarm, this time with a direct warning aimed at boxing superstar Canelo Alvarez.
Yo, you that dude. You that dude. Why are you not fighting? It'll be one thing to avoid it for a fight or two. But when you are literally cherry picking one after another, numerous fights where you are passing up David Benavidez, it is a travesty. It is a travesty that that fight has not happened. David Benavidez deserves the shot at the crown, at the giant. He deserves that shot. And he should.
His main concern is the undefeated, relentless pressure fighter known as the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez. To Stephen A., this isn't just another potential matchup for Canelo. It's a fight that could define or even end his career. But in his eyes, calling it that is pure nonsense.
That's just BS. Anybody who knows boxing, everybody who watches boxing knows that David Benavidez is the real deal. Now, that doesn't mean he'd beat you, because anybody could fall if you catch him right. We know who you are, Canelo. You big time. But you get ready to fight. Mengoa, look, you are elite. You are big time. No doubt about that. But it is clear with what you're saying that you are ducking Benavidez. Not because you haven't fight him, but because of the words that you're using. He's nothing. You know better. Fight that man. David Benavidez deserves that. Anybody who respects boxing knows he should be the man.
Canelo's decade-long image of invincibility was shattered. The man who once seemed untouchable was suddenly beaten, sending shockwaves through the boxing world and proving that skill can, in fact, overcome size.
You lost to Floyd.
You did. You
lost to Bivol. I don't care anyone says you lost to Golovkin. You lost to Terence Crawford. So you've lost to
the elite.
The elite.
I think it shows that Canelo is the elite.
Yeah.
But he's not the special elite.
Okay.
I think we can use that word because there's elite. Because Canelo Alvarez is elite. You can be world level, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're fighting Canelo with different.
Yeah.
But then there's the special elite.
Yeah.
There's the very, where you look at them and you think, I'm watching something special in Canelo, but I'm watching something very special in Floyd, Golovkin, Terence Crawford, and Bivol, our guy.
Yeah.
That just shows how good Beterbiev is as well. We got two special fighters at 175.
No, for real. For real. I don't think it hinders Canelo as much.
I don't think it does.
But in terms of, I guess there was a conversation about is he the greatest Mexican? I think that's Chavez now.
Yes.
However, Crawford didn't just cement his own legacy. He exposed Canelo's biggest weakness in the process.
Okay, from Canelo is that when you move to his weak side, there's exposure on that side from him, okay? When you get around to the weak side, meaning his lead hand side, okay, he has to turn all the way around, and it takes him some time because of his footwork, okay? His footwork isn't the greatest. Crawford will be able to take advantage of those moments. But as the fight continues, I'm telling you right now, Crawford will start to mount an attack if he's still there. If he's still there after 4 damn rounds.
You know, that's saying something. Tim Bradley, that is saying something. If he's still there. Does Tim actually believe that Canelo has that amount of power or the difference of weight to take out Crawford in 4 rounds? I don't think so. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. But if he's still there, Timothy Bradley, that's a lot. That's saying a lot.
He will start to mount an attack. He will. And we know that later on, we know that Canelo starts to fade late. Okay? And the indication of frustration from Canelo Alvarez is when he starts to drop both hands. When he stops getting out of that, when he stops using that high guard, okay? That's one indication when Canelo is like, okay, this isn't working. All right, let me try something else. Let me drop my hands. Let me see if I can get this guy to throw shots at me or something to change things up. Another indication that things are not going nowhere, if you see Canelo not well, you see Canelo sit along the ropes and he'll fight Crawford in, okay? If it ever gets to that point right there, then you know that Crawford is doing a damn good job. But for the time being, Crawford's going to have to let those damn hands go.
We already know. We knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do. right? I try for every way, and I train really hard, and he deserves all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot. No.
In the aftermath, analysts agreed that Crawford had unveiled the perfect blueprint to dethrone the king. It wasn't brute strength that did it, but relentless speed, smart angles, and a sharp jab that disrupted Canelo's rhythm from start to finish.
Makes me horny.
Yeah, baby.
To tell you I told you so.
I told you.
I predicted the Canelo Crawford fight like a goddamn fortune teller.
You're the Oracle?
Canelo's feet were cemented on the canvas as he was hitting air. What the fuck was that? Props to Crawford.
Thank you.
He came up 3 weight classes and fought a beautiful fight.
Good job.
What a great performance.
Did you get what you was looking for?
Like taking candy from a baby.
My candy.
He just played with Canelo, made him look silly. And before you start with your shit about Canelo being old, just know that Crawford is old.
David Benavidez is an entirely different kind of fighter. He's got quick hands like Crawford, but unlike him, Benavidez combines that speed with relentless, suffocating pressure that matches his size and power.
I don't know if y'all heard, but y'all see all the money he got offered for that shit. Like, he got offered a lot of money for that fight.
How much? I heard it was something like a 90-10 split.
Yeah, it was like Benavidez would take $5 million and he'd get like 40 or I don't know if it was 40 or 80 million. It was something crazy though. But you turn that down and bro, 5 million to what I'm gonna say it's 40 million, right? You taking 40 and he getting 5 and you don't want to fight him, you're fucking scared. I don't care what nobody says, like, you're fucking scared. Because even if I know I'm gonna lose, if in my head I know this dude could beat me, I'm getting 50 mil for this fight, bro, I've been on top for a long time already. I'm not getting no younger.
Crawford crafted the blueprint with precision, but Benavidez could execute it with overwhelming force, exploiting the same openings with fight-ending power. For years, David Benavidez has been a monster in Canelo's own division, the undefeated, 2-time champion he never faced. A physical powerhouse who's been ignored and sidestepped time and time again.
Canelo, just domination. I was hurt, I ain't gonna lie, because I've been a fan of Canelo since I was a kid, so my heart, a tear almost came on my eye, I ain't gonna lie, because it felt like, that Canelo is done. But I just think he was a little off that night. I think he can, make a big comeback. But to Crawford, man, he's the greatest of this era. You gotta give it to him. Greatest of this era. Nobody's ever done that before. 3-time undisputed. So you gotta take your hats off to Crawford. And I was just shocked that he was able to just dismantle Canelo like that. Even with the size
David Benavidez fan. I love Canelo as well, but I don't like the fact that Canelo has taken so long to give him a match. And I just applaud David Benavidez because he ducks no one. Watch yourself. I just applaud the fact that he ducks no one. And he's ready to fight at all times. He is the Mexican monster. Sometimes I'm wondering, is somebody going to hurt him because he's right there in front of them. He doesn't move, but he clearly shows he can take a punch and he can damn sure give one with either hand. He's got speed, he's got power, he's got boxing ability, he's got heart.
Canelo's loss to a smaller man became the ultimate "I told you so" moment for Benavidez and his team. It validated what they'd been saying all along. Canelo had been avoiding the real physical threats at 168 pounds. The so-called king was dethroned not by a bigger fighter, but by a faster one, leaving everyone wondering just how much damage a relentless powerhouse like Benavidez could have done.
One to ever call this person out. I want to fight Benavidez.
Get out of here, bro.
Yeah, I want to fight Benavidez.
You're crazy, dude.
No.
Which Benavidez?
David.
Jose?
David, I want to fight David Benavidez.
What?
Yeah, bro. Mexican monster, man. They call me the boogeyman over here.
You're not serious, obviously.
I'm being serious.
You're being serious?
Yeah, yeah.
You're going to move up to, you want to move up to light heavyweight to fight David Benavidez?
Yeah. Well, you think you can still make 68?
David at 168? Yeah. So that, okay, now we're starting to formulate things. So you want him to come to 68
yeah.
And you'll go to 68.
Yeah, I'll go to 68. I'll fight him at 68.
Yeah.
I want to fight the Mexican monster. Boo.
No one was more vocal about it than Stephen A. Smith.
So if somebody sees Canelo, you let them know that, they send them an email and they give him the biggest offer of his life. So we're here waiting to see if he wants to make it happen with the person that he said that hasn't fought nobody. He has not done anything in boxing. It should be an easy fight. Why not take all that money? But I'm guessing he's going to go the easy route. He's going to probably fight Berlanga, McGregor or something like that. So, man, that's a disgrace, for boxing. It's embarrassing, when he said that David hasn't fought nobody and then he's going to fight Berlanga, that he got let go from Top Rank because they were losing money on him and they didn't really see...
For years, many dismissed his warnings as nothing more than media hype. Stephen A. had passionately argued on national television that Canelo's refusal to face Benavidez would eventually come back to haunt him. He warned that chasing smaller, stylistically safer opponents while avoiding the biggest threat in his own division was a dangerous gamble. After the Crawford fight, those earlier warnings suddenly sounded prophetic.
On these fights. And I want the boxing community, because y'all cover it more than me, you cover it better than me, because you live it and breathe it and eat it every day. Could you help a brother out? How much help can I give y'all to help put pressure on these promoters to give us the damn fights we want to see? I want Canelo versus Benavidez. I don't want Benavidez fighting Beterbiev. I want him fighting his natural weight class, super middleweight, against Saul Canelo Alvarez. That is the fight we should all be demanding. That brother has earned a shot. And I understand Canelo, the businessman. He's like, he had to go through a lot and had to fight through everybody before he got on the top of the mountain where he could dictate terms. I totally understand that. And I'm not throwing no shade on Canelo. I'm just saying, we want to see this fight, especially if Benavidez handles his business this weekend.
His analysis quickly turned into a brutal post-mortem. Stephen A. claimed the loss was the direct result of Canelo's arrogance, a dose of karma for avoiding the fight everyone wanted to see. The warning had been given, ignored, and now the consequences were on full display. His frustration erupted live on national television. This wasn't just boxing commentary. It felt like a public prosecution. "I'm pretty pissed off," he declared, his voice filled with real anger. And the message hit even harder because it didn't air on a boxing network. It aired on ESPN's flagship show, First Take.
It pissed me off, contrary to what you would normally believe. But I love the sport of boxing. And I got to tell you, I'm so disgusted. They're just rumors that Canelo Alvarez, Saul Canelo Alvarez, is talking about fighting the bigger Charlo this time around, Jamal Charlo, the natural 168-pounder, okay? I'm like, what about David Benavidez, the natural super middleweight, who's 28-0 with 24 knockouts, who's been begging for Canelo to get into the ring with him?
That platform pushed the debate beyond the boxing world and into the mainstream, putting Canelo's legacy on trial before millions of viewers. Smith saw Canelo's avoidance as a direct insult to the sport, insisting that Benavidez had earned his shot, and that this was the one fight that truly mattered for boxing's credibility.
About boxing. Canelo Alvarez, where's the fight against David Benavidez? Love Canelo. I want to see him fight David Benavidez. I don't want to see him fighting Munguia. I don't want to see him fighting an undersized Charlo. I don't want to hear about Terrence Crawford moving up, not one, not two, but 3 weight classes to fight Saul Canelo Alvarez. I want the fights that we want to see when we want to see them. You're the super middleweight champion of the world at 168 pounds. It's about the fights that we want to see. I think that Canelo should fight David Benavidez or Jamal Charlo. Okay, now Charlo might be a little bit too small for him since he moved up to light heavyweight to do this fight, and I don't see him fighting too much at the super middleweight division, but I'm tired of this guy being unblemished in his career, and these big fights Charlo is not getting. He deserves them. He should have them if he wants them, even if I wouldn't pick him against Canelo. He deserves the shot if that's what he wants. But this kid, David Benavidez, is special. And if there's a person that has earned the right to be in the ring against Canelo Alvarez, which would be absolutely positively box office, that would be a fight everybody would want to see. There is no reason
First Take go?
For him. Hell yes.
Okay.
I want to go there. For Benavidez, Benavidez is the real deal. I love Benavidez, and I want to...
While Stephen A. led the charge in the media, Benavidez's camp launched a more personal and fiery offensive. His father and trainer, Jose Benavidez Sr., has been relentless in interviews, pulling no punches and making it clear exactly how he feels about Canelo's avoidance.
If the public craves and demands that your next fight is David Benavidez, you open to doing that?
We'll see. Why not? If the money is correct, why not? I can fight him Saturday night too.
Saturday night too. So you think you think you'll beat him up too? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I beat that guy. If the money is the money is that correct? I fight that guy and I beat that guy the same night.
While David stayed respectful, his father became the aggressor, openly accusing Canelo of being scared and running from an inevitable defeat. He claimed Canelo knew his son was too big, too strong, and would break him. Those fiery words turned the rivalry personal, fueling the media storm and creating a two-front wave of pressure that Canelo could no longer ignore.
People want that fight. Everywhere you go, they see Canelo, they ask him about the Mexican Monster. Everywhere I go, they ask me about Canelo. They want to see that fight. So that name of David Benavidez, he's not going to be able to go to sleep until he fights David Benavidez. And that's a little thing that he just needs to take care of in order to make history. And if he doesn't do that, there's always going to be that doubt.
He said, like, he came to watch me, the fight and shit.
So
then they're like, oh, you think he's... In my head, I'm like, what do you think Eddie Reynoso's thinking about? He's like, are we going to fight David Benavidez after seeing this fight? In his head, Eddie Reynoso's like, fuck no, we're not fighting him.
Yeah, of course. Honestly, I don't blame Canelo. It's fucked up because there's a lot of money.
It's not even about the money. It's not about the money.
Yeah, but okay, 100 million, dude. You kidding me?
The first step, when you're a fucking warrior, bro, the only thing you think about is glory. I've never thought about money. I've been smart. I'm negotiating my shit. But it's always a prize, bro. It's always, if I go out there and beat Canelo, bro, I'm a legend. You know what I mean? That I'm gonna live forever in boxing as a legend. That means way more to me than any type of money.
And I think that separates you too, David. And I admire that shit about you. I was like that at one point.
Now
how much you give me?
Yeah.
and not
Canelo's defeat threw his entire division into chaos. The once dominant 168-pound king had been dethroned by a man from 147, and suddenly, his belts were gone. That power vacuum created a volatile and fascinating moment for David Benavidez. The path ahead split in two. Should he chase Terence Crawford, the new champion, to claim the titles, or should he ignore the belts altogether and go after Canelo himself? At this point, that fight isn't about championships anymore. It's about legacy and taking down the name that once ruled them all.
Corner now where he's running out of excuses. He said that the only thing I bring is 25 extra pounds and I'm not worth nothing, but he's asking 200 million and now he's gonna fight me in the same night. This shit's just stupid, bro. Like, you just tell the people you don't want to fight me.
Do you think, his hunger is dissipating? You know?
I don't know. I can't talk to you about what his hunger is or how his training is or how he feels. I can only speak to you about myself, but for me, it looks like fear.
This chaos sets the perfect trap. Terence Crawford, being the smaller man, has little reason to stay at 168 and defend his new titles against a monster like Benavidez. It's far more likely he'll drop the belts and return to his natural weight. When that happens, the super middleweight titles will be up for grabs, and the only fight capable of uniting fans and crowning a true king will be the one the world has wanted for years. Belts or no belts, all roads lead to Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez, leaving Canelo with nowhere else to run. The situation is made even tighter by his existing contract with PBC.
Especially and particularly in your position, the fact that, let's call the pink elephant in the room. Canelo, he doesn't want to fight you.
Yeah, bro, it's a little hard, because obviously this is a fight that everybody wants to see. It's the biggest fight in boxing, in my opinion, right now. But it sucks when a guy, as Canelo says, that he's the king, he can do whatever he wants. He's basically holding the belts hostage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
For years, fans have demanded that Canelo Alvarez face David Benavidez on major Mexican boxing holidays like Cinco de Mayo or Mexican Independence Day. Benavidez, the current WBC super middleweight interim champion, earned his mandatory position by defeating top contenders like Caleb Plant and Demetrius Andrade. His credentials are undeniable. Yet, Canelo has long avoided him. With his dominant reign ending and his promotional deals expiring, his options have narrowed to one inevitable path. At the post-fight press conference, Canelo appeared humble, giving Terence Crawford full credit for his loss without excuses. This acceptance marked a new chapter, no longer a defiant king in denial, but fallen champion confronting his own legacy. Now his next move is crucial. He isn't defending a perfect record or an undisputed crown anymore. He's defending his identity as one of boxing's greats. The aura of invincibility is gone.
Years or more fights?
Depends on the contract. Look at what Canelo is doing. We're hearing that he's signing a three fight contract with PBC. There's no time limit on those 3 fights.
Okay.
If he get injured in his first fight, he can still fight. He can't fight in 2 years. He can't fight under another banner.
And to rebuild it, he must take real risks. The time for hand-picked opponents is over. Redemption will come only through fire. Canelo now faces a choice: pursue a dangerous rematch with Crawford, or finally confront the monster he's avoided for years, David Benavidez. This clash would be more than just another fight. It's his only path to prove that his reign isn't over and that he can still conquer the division's most feared rival. The loss has also changed the financial landscape. The rumored $150 to $200 million demand for a Benavidez fight has evaporated. As a defeated, titleless fighter, Canelo's negotiation power is gone. The balance of power has shifted, and facing Benavidez is now a financial reality he can't escape. The main reason he once avoided the fight has disappeared, and the stakes are higher than ever. This isn't just about defending a title. It's about redemption, about a fallen king fighting to reclaim his pride against the opponent he once refused to face. As commentators like Stephen A. Smith have warned, after this loss, any path that doesn't lead to Benavidez is a road to irrelevance. The question is no longer whether Canelo wants to fight, but whether he even has another choice. So, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss future updates. Share your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.